Bankwest is closing all their interstate branches. Let's have a look. Good evening everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. So Perth-based bank, Bankwest, have closed all of their interstate branches and they're even cutting their hours significantly in their WA, bank branches. Now, before we have a look at their statement and some of the messaging they're sending out, I put a question to you viewers, a poll. How many transactions do you think occur in a branch during a day? Okay, in per day. So here's the question. How many transactions per day do you think would occur in a bank branch? And I asked this 5 hours ago and we got 525 people voting on it. So thank you all very much. 42% said over 1,000 transactions per day. 42%. 14% said between 500 and 1,000. 19% said between 100 and 500. 12% said between 50 and 100. And another 12% said less than 50. And let's have a look at some of the comments here. Given how few tellers they have on staff and how long some people can take for God knows what reason, I'd expect maybe 5 transactions per hour. Good. The branches don't want to process transactions. I'm always told to transfer via online. I think this is disgusting customer service, especially when they know a lot of scams are happening these days. Lots of business transactions. I reluctantly have to deal with checks and depositing cash. Most of the time, the larger ATMs in the lobby work well enough. I'll be honest. I can't remember the last time I actually got money out of an ATM. There you go. Not many, I'm guessing, with the amount of branches that are closing. Don't jump on the cashless or run through central bank digital currency bandwagon. That's kind of happening, Brian. That's the natural evolution of crypto. Cryptocurrencies, it's going to be adopted by the central banks. And just imagine if you want to have targeted economic stimulus. None of this rubbish with just adjusting one interest rate lever. You could geolocate people, and then if there's one area you want to economically stimulate with a certain commodity, up their purchasing power. Or maybe you've got a class of people that are saying the correct political things, increase their purchasing power. Isn't it an exciting new world, guys? That's why we need to be quite vigilant with all of these central bank digital currency suggestions. Because, right now we are using a digital currency all the time, the digital dollar, all the time, when we're making all online transactions. That's normal. We're using it. It's fine. What you don't want is there to be, you don't want them to make cash illegal. You don't want the cash ban to get through. I've got no problem with businesses offering a discount for people not using cash. That's what I'd like to see. If businesses want to save on the hassle and the pain of dealing with cash, offer people a discount. Why not? You're saving them money. Anyway, as the all farts died, I would assume the number of walk-ins would drop 66 to 75% every 5 years. So there you go, we're seeing there. So let's jump here and have a look at what Bankwest are saying. So Bankwest closes branches outside WA to meet customer needs. Well, the branches aren't. Bankwest will close its remaining 14 branches outside WA, and they have been closing them for some time. This is nothing new. I looked at an article the other day. 4 years ago, they closed a whole heap of them. And focus investment in its digital and broker services to support further national home loan growth and meet changing customer needs. Bankwest has grown its East Coast customer base by 8% since 2018. But a continued shift towards digital preferences mean East Coast branches are now averaging around 25 transactions a day. 25 a day. So the people who are saying 1,000, you're wrong. 500 and 1,000, you're wrong. Less than 50. 25 a day, guys. Think about that. What a bludge job would that be? 25 transactions. Down 64% in 5 years. This is why the banks love all the lockdowns. It's really speeding up digital adoption. In contrast, customer app usage has risen by 31% in the past 2 years, generating 40,000 in-app customer conversations a month and contributing to 1.5 million call center customer conversations a year. Bankwest also announced today that it would adjust the trading days of 29 WA regional branches to between 2 and 4 days a week due to the continued shift in customer preferences towards digital banking options. Bankwest Executive General Manager Jason Chan said Bankwest needed to make a clear choice to invest significantly in the areas where customers prefer to engage with Bankwest. Now, the financial union is up in arms about all of this. They're all angry about it. But you've got to understand, if people are not using these branches, you got 25 transactions a day. That's nothing. These fit-outs cost a fortune. The staffing costs a fortune. The electricity and the rent costs a fortune. Just the signage. I've got a mate, he's in the signage game, and I think he did some signage for Heritage Bank. And those signs are really expensive. Bankwest is in a strong position to grow as a homeowner-focused digital bank on the East Coast due to our distinct brand, first-class broker offering, and 24/7 digital and contact center services, he said. We have a clear ambition to serve more home loan customers nationwide who are seeking simple, friendly, and easier access to their banking services through their mobile phone or tablet devices. Even desktops. My desktop computer here, I got an old tower down here. It's a relic. I should check the viewer rating or what people view YouTube on. Most of you would be viewing it on a mobile. All the YouTube I consume, and often I'll listen to this stuff throughout the day while I'm working, it'll be on this. When I'm at the gym, I'm typing in my exercises and I'm flicking between YouTubers that I'm listening to. Hardly ever do I actually consume it on a computer anymore. So it's the way it's going because it's convenient. I mean, think about it. You don't need to drive to a bank. You don't need to do all this stuff. More than 90% of our home loan dispersals on the East Coast are now broker originated. And with our award-winning broker offering, we have a goal to be the leading bank for brokers across Australia. Well, let's hope. What is it? Don't CommBank have a requirement that you need to meet a certain number of sales every period, or they won't keep you on the books if you're a broker? So, yeah. Let's hope they don't do anything like that. Bankwest General Manager, Personal Banking, Scott Spittles, said the bank was focused on supporting customers through the transition and upskilling colleagues so they could continue to serve customers. We're writing to branch customers to inform them of the changes, support them in using digital services, and help customers access alternative physical banking options if needed. Thanks to Bankwest's partnership with Australia Post, our customers can access more than 3,500 Bank Post locations in communities across Australia for many of their day-to-day banking needs. Bankwest intends to retain impacted colleagues within Bankwest and the CBA group so they can continue to support customers via the Bankwest app, online banking, and 24/7 national call center. Okay, so there's not going to be... The union was crying at all these job losses. It looks like they're keeping the staff. Bankwest's Fluid Workforce Initiative, launched during the pandemic, was upskilling colleagues to meet challenging customer demand across website, in-app, and phone channels. We want our talented colleagues who have incredible customer service skills and experience to continue to grow their careers with us while living and working in the communities they love. I mean, you know why they want to do this. This isn't because they care about the staff. This is because they can save money on office space. People can work anywhere. Today's announcement follows Bankwest's decision in February 2022 that its future focus will be on retail banking, with the transition to business customers to Commonwealth Bank products and services. So there we go, everyone. And if we have a look here, we can see how they're reaching out to the brokers. So they're doubling down on the brokers. They want to become a digital-only bank and using the brokers to generate home loan business. So, well, let's have a talk about this one, guys. 25 transactions a day. I mean, it would be ludicrous to have a branch for that. It's just not cost effective. It's just not worth it. I know some people like doing it. Some people need to, but it's the way it's going. There will always be some banks that have branches and provide services, or you have to go through third parties if you really need to. But this is where it's going, guys. So, well, think about it. From a commercial real estate perspective, having the bank tenant is no longer guaranteed money because they're disappearing. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check out my other channels, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International, for other content I create. And if you want to support us, there are a few ways you can. Financially on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Buy a Pocket Squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. 25 transactions. How bored would you be? What would you be doing all day? You know what? This is how all this woke shit gets into corporate Australia, because people don't have anything to do. I figured it out. Explains university. Explains all the civil servants. There you go.